I want to show you guys how I'm starting to get way better on my entries for positions, where my entries are starting to feel like I'm on the last ticket to board the train before the move happens, right? Like the very last ticket. And I think this makes me feel a lot more confident. This is initially why I jumped on NQ, is because NQ is very quick. Moves begin to happen, like either right or wrong, right? So I'm gonna show you guys how you could potentially start to get more accurate and then be in less of a phase of drawdown and feel more secure and confident on holding your trades. So let's try to break into that. I'm going to walk into this move right here. What really helps me out as of recently is one, the volume profile. What I'm waiting for is the market's intent when at an area of interest. Okay. So for me, there's this line right here. What is this? 510, 23, 510. I believe this is like the third. So we're at this point. 23, 510. We got previous resistance happening right here. And upon this day, there's this large low volume node, right? So we're approaching an area of interest. This is like an LVN return. We spent all this time in lower markets, right? We're accepting, willing to take price in this area, auctioning lower than this node and this distribution, this build. So when we approach this build once more, boom, 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 what do we find? The same people are interested in selling at this price, and well, there's a lack of interest of buying at this price. So again, we're structuring our areas of interest at very important points or key points of inflection, meaning where price is likely to reverse or to create some sort of large reaction. That's what we're all pretty much looking for. We want to catch the bottom, we want to catch the top. I think that kind of thing is like, if you can do it, that's really cool. I learned I'm catching a falling knife if I'm trying to catch the bottom. Peek on my video, how not to catch a falling knife. You don't need to be the bottom ticker. You don't need to catch it. You need to wait for the market's intent to come. Once it says this is what's happening, that's when you enter. And you're going to face a lot less risk. You're going to have a lot less drawdown and emotional warfare and a lot less cigarette breaks that you're going to have outside. So what do I mean by that? Well, we approach this key area of interest that we've discovered on our charting platform, and then we look at the market's activity. Okay, so we have buyers stepping in, they stop. If you don't have delta, whatever, honestly, I don't know what you can have, but this is what I use. So I'm just going to speak on what I got. Push, consolidation. Sure, we got some support, but we're really just chilling. We're at these highs. We're just chilling. And if we can look at the delta, well, there's a lot of sell limits within this area that are getting hit by the market orders of buys. I'm gonna cut in real quick. When we have that build of blue delta that shows absorption, what you will find is that when price gets below that, it tends to initiate and accelerate to the downside. So along with the volume profile, checking if we fail a node above us, we also want to see price come back into that blue delta and then see some sort of DOM flip. So what I see is, okay, there's a lack of interest above. So I'm waiting for me, I use a leg to leg volume profile. So this goes by like, I believe 30 point rotations. Just a quick overview. If you start this leg and it goes to at least a certain point limit, it creates a new leg of volume profile. If it continues further, well, that volume profile stays until there's a counter rotation for about like 25 to 30 points. I forget what I put. Maybe it's 50. So This in the moment show me the current build. Like for example, we've fallen from this area of interest. We're below this range, right? And we're just building this volume right here. Beautiful. Look at this. We have a lot of this absorption. Okay. We have absorption here at the highs as well, at least within this consolidation. If we were to break out of here and then to be unable to enter in this auction, I would expect us to explore even higher. But we're breaking in, we're accepting. This is kind of what I'm looking for, even at these highs, at these moments of inflection, right? Because a lot of people just want to say, they want to put on risk. Let's say, like I was like, I don't want to miss the move. I don't want to miss it because I always miss the move. So I'll put on some risk, a risk against these lows that I'm expecting. I don't know, this upper portion of value right here, and then maybe like POC, and we can skip ahead and see. But really, this is like, you're not sure, right? The market hasn't shown you its intent to go at these prices. Whatever you can find, sure. I'm just describing in my words. Sure, there is a lot of absorption right here. And I think this is great for a scalp that you can take to even here, potentially here, you know? Could it go up here? I think that's very possible if we refuse. I think it's also possible that we can swipe for overnight low, previous day high, or all this MGI right here. This is like a two-way auction, right? You can't really tell. I want to be the last on a train. So for me, what has improved my entries is finding a key area of interest and then waiting for the reaction, looking at the build of volume and saying, where's the auction going, right? This is going to swipe. Yeah. So where's the auction going? Well, we're making lower lows, lower highs. You could do something like that. You could wait for the build of volume and then see the rejection of that build and what direction it goes in. I think that's great. The second thing that I do is more executional. So if I go to a point where it's like a point of inflection, actually, let me just put this on a new day and see if I can just find this for you guys live right now. Recorded but live. So September 4th, what was that? Thursday. Cool. So we have overnight and overnight low. Overnight lie, overnight ho. I'm going to wait for these key areas and look at the volume that builds right there. But one of the things that are helping me with better execution is trying to stay on the right side of the V. See this V pattern right here? I want to enter right here. I want to minimize the amount of time I'm in drawdown, the amount of stress I'm going to see, and improve or increase the amount of times I'm feeling confident in this trade, you know. So part of that is the waiting portion, execution. When I'm waiting for the V right here, the best thing that helps is we are acting as if these LVNs or these key inflection points or the build around this LVN. So we have overnight high stat we're expecting to fill. Oh wow, that's actually a perfect time. Sorry guys, this is not going to be truly live. We have an overnight high stat that we want to be filled. Typically there's an overnight high poke and fail, and we can trade based off of that. So I'm looking at my leg to leg volume profile. I'm going to look at the delta as well. And what I want to see is build some delta, some blue delta, which shows the active buyers are hitting sell limits and sell limit orders like this. We have this build of volume that we have here. Let me lower the speed. This, ooh, look at that. That's beautiful. Build of volume right there. We fail this auction. We leave these buyers behind. That's what I want to see. So I want to see us come down, come here, and then at this point, to get that like right side of the V, look, I want, see, we get break below it. We're going to retrace it. Now, if my DOM worked, we could look at my DOM, but my DOM on replay sucks. But we're gonna look for something like this where it's like a quick in, quick out. But on the DOM, you're gonna see a DOM flip. I have a video about DOM flip that you can watch. No, move my targets, please. I have a video on DOM flip that you guys can watch. And basically, if what I'm just gonna describe is at this moment, right? We have heavy offers refreshing, and it's coming in. Refreshing is just like the sell is just ever present. It's not really going away. And you're gonna notice at this time when it moves away, the bid, the blue or the lower portion, right, below the market, whatever, this is the bid right here, that would be on the DOM, it disappears. So price pushes down, right? And then bid kind of comes back, and then offer steps away, and then the offer's kind of waning a little bit here, but then it steps in right at the LVN. That's what you want to see. You're still waiting, you haven't hit sell yet, and you're looking for that offer. It's refreshing. Maybe bid gives it one good push, right? All this buying comes in, and then you see a sea of sell, and then the buy just steps away. It's just gone. At that point, that's when you hit, oh, I'm hitting sell. You know what I'm saying? At that point, that's when you're hitting sell. And sorry, this bitch. At that point, you're hitting sell, and that's gonna look like, is this chart on, where are we on, 490? Yeah, it does look like that. Look at this. And that's when you're gonna find that you'll be on that right side of that V. Now, if I had my DOM, sure, I could have waited a little bit and probably entered like right here on this side. Doesn't matter. I don't even need the DOM for that for you guys. You see what I'm saying? Like, this becomes a lot easier, but you'd much rather enter at a position like this as opposed to being here, getting stopped, hitting here, being in drawdown, and like, oh, well, I always need a wider stop loss. Nah, bro, just be more patient. Be the last one to the right. This is going to minimize how much risk that you put on the table. So, again, just to reiterate, we're going to wait for those key inflection points, the areas of interest, and then we're going to look for the reaction. Let market decide what it wants to do. We're sitting on hands. We're waiting. We see this absorption, but what does it do? What does this bring about? Really the main focus is looking at this volume profile. Do we break below this, trap those buyers right here, and then refresh on the sellers and have a initiative move on the sell side? Oh, they're stuck. They need to liquidate their positions and then add fuel to the fire. We're going to the other side of the distribution. Boom. That's really it. Opposite side for the buying. Same thing. We got this volume profile that builds. Let's see if we can get that overnight lows. What? But yeah, we wait for that build, and then we let the market decide first. Let it decide first. What a beautiful thing. We do not need to be in. Come on. Please hurry, please. Here we go. We got overnight low. We got a build right here. We got this distribution. We have 452. If we can break above 452, then I can bid up here and then take this up. That's my thesis, right? So we got this. I'll just do it right here for you guys. Look at all that bid. My DOM is fucked up. I know. I'm going to wait for price to poke above, show me, and then preferably come back down in this area and show some rejection. That fourth around this area. Yeah, strong bid. Okay, I'm just gonna enter anyways. There's a lot of times where the buying is just so strong and it refreshes so hard that, oh, here it is. That's the chance. Right there. then we'll put our stop here. That's too much noise. I don't even know which is which. Let's see. Look how wrong I was. I don't even know what I'm clicking over there. I got the sticky note on my screen. Let me try to flatten position. Here we go. Okay, we got that. I think it still wants to decide. One more swipe. It looks like some consolidation right here, but this is still an LVN. I'm gonna skip 5 minutes ahead. Look at that. Oh my gosh. Just our luck, huh? Let's see. Let me go on this execution. Smaller view. Right around that point. And I wish my Dom was here. See, we're pushing down, finding bid, and yeah, it's a little too soon. Right there, that would have been a better time. Right there, at that point. And it's like this obvious sign on my Dom flip video. It will show you guys that. And then we'll just take this side to the other side of value. POC, shift it upwards. And then we can do the 5 minutes. Bam. Cool. Had some drawdown earlier, but you know, we made it back out. That's a-okay. Hope that helps you guys. Peace.